Hello, people of the internet. How are you? I hope you're well. It's Saturday. I woke up super early this morning, and what I mean by super early, at like 5 a.m. Usually I'm up by like 6 a.m., but today was a little bit earlier. I was like jolted awake. And it was funny because last night I don't know if you guys ever do this, but I was like going to go type at my computer and like lay in bed. It's one of my favorite places to create from. And I'm like doing this, and I was like, just close your eyes for a moment, like just close your eyes. And so I like closed my eyes, and I'm like having all these visions. Hello, how are you? I'm having like all these visions that are like coming to life, and basically I'm like in this, how do I describe it to you? I'm kind of like in this portal basically, and there's almost like, I want to call it like a clear lining. Like a clear expandable latex lining is the best way I could feel, the best I could describe it. And so anyway, I'm like in this bubble, but this clear latex lining, and this is all in my imagined mind, right? I shouldn't say this is all like happening in the mind. So anyway, this latex, and you're like moving through this like kind of like water-ish, like blue, green world, and I'm having like this vision of me in this bubble in a way, and it's like expanding. And this bubble is just expanding, like I'm in air, but there's water, like a liquid around me. And it's just growing bigger and growing bigger. I'm just imagining it getting bigger. So like my bubble basically has more space. I basically am having more room. And I'm not really moving in the bubble. Like I'm not growing as this like bubble is growing in this kind of like water field space. But I was having these thoughts of what was going to be occurring in the bubble. Like I was having these dreams, I was having these desires, I was having this conversation with God. And anyway, I fell asleep with the lights totally on. I woke up, like bolted awake at 6 a.m. or I think 2:22 and then 6 a.m. And I was like, oh my God. And so it was so cool because if you guys haven't been watching, every morning I take a 2-mile walk or hike. It's absolutely beautiful. And the first day that I took the hike, it's kind of like hidden. Like where I live, you have to like go up and around. There's like a gate, and then at the gate there's like a little way to like walk through. And if you don't have like the code to the gate, then you can't get in. But anyway, so you like walk up and you can see like all of downtown LA, and then you walk on this little trail. And when I walk back from the trail, hello Michaela. When I was walking back from the trail the first time, I saw that I could see the water, like I could see the ocean from my hike. And for those of you who don't know, like one of my biggest dreams, well, I didn't even know it was possible, but I've always feel like I'm torn, and I'm going to get to the moral of the story, but I always feel like I'm torn, right? I feel like I'm torn between having to choose like a city life where you can go out and have a nightlife, and also like this nature calm life. Like I feel like I'm always in this place if I have to choose this life or I have to choose this life. Like I have to choose entrepreneurship or I have to choose academia. I have to choose digital marketing or I have to choose new age spirituality. Like I feel like I'm in this constant pull. And so it was funny because when I was finding a place to live, I was thinking like maybe I really wanted to live in Malibu or Santa Barbara or Orange County. So that way I was like by the water. But then part of me is like, but I love LA. Like I love the city. I love being able to have all these events to go to. So the fact that I found a new place to live, I'm on this 2-mile hike, which everyone knows I love to walk and hike, and it's necessary for me every morning. And I'm walking back, and I could see the water. I could see the ocean, and there was like this, and I was like, oh my God! I literally like dropped to the ground. I'm not kidding, on this gravel ground, and I was like, God! Oh my God! I can see the water! And I was like, you gave me my home where I can see the city outside of my sun deck, and I can go on this hike that's like 5 minutes up the little hill, and then I can see the water, like I can see the ocean, and I can see the city. And I was like, oh my God, we manifested it. Oh my God. Like I was in tears. This was about a week ago. I almost wanted to do a live. I almost like hopped on live right away to like share, oh my God, like this real manifestation, because I was like in tears. But it was one of those things where I was like, stop. This is a moment for you. You share so much of yourself. You give so much of yourself that this is a moment for you. And I sat there and I turned my phone on airplane mode, and I just sat there in tears of like, God, you're giving me it all. Like and I know that sounds so simple because it's like the water in this city, but that is what I want. I've been wanting to live where I could see the water and the city. And there's only one home that I've ever been in that I saw that you could really have a 360 view like that. But anyway, like I was thinking, if this is my life, the first time I got in a home, then there's a no-brainer that the home that I'm going to buy or the home that I'm going to get is going to be able to have this. Like God is letting me know I'm aligning to greatness. I'm closing the gap on where I want to go. I'm closing the gap on what is possible for me. And so this was like, I don't know, like I said, this is my second or third week living in this place. So anyway, my new home. And so I should do like a tour for you guys one day. I will, maybe. Hey, Zach. But anyway, so I was in this really big kind of gratitude of like, oh my God, I literally got a home that I knew that I wanted. Like I got a place that gives me everything I want. I have a place that is beyond what I could imagine. If this is just the first manifestation of my first home, like I can't even imagine what's going to happen in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And so I just wanted to come on basically this morning and wherever you are in your life, whatever's happening, because I feel like sometimes we can get lost in the chaos. We can get lost in how is this money going to show up, or how is this going to happen, or how am I going to make this work? Like all these questions, all these limiting beliefs, all these self-doubts, but the world is always conspiring in your favor. You just have to trust and believe. And I never knew when I signed this house that I could see the water, right? Like I knew I could see the city for sure. I knew I could see a beautiful thing of the city and the skyline, and it was a great neighborhood. But I didn't know I could see the water. And it was like not until I got in, took a walk with someone I met, connected with one person, and then went and took a hike with them that they then, and I didn't even see it when I went on the hike with this person. I then had to go the next day, and then I saw it. And this was last Friday. It was last Friday. Because that was the event that I went to, and I realized. So it took me like a week plus 2 days to realize that I had this duality of views, like both. And I was just like, oh my God, there's going to be a day when I don't even have to go on a hike. It can just be in my home. And so what I want to share with you, or why I'm sharing this story, is that wherever you are, maybe you're not manifesting a city view and an ocean view, but wherever you are that you're manifesting, if it's money, if it's relationships, if it's desire, if it's whatever it is, that I just want you to know that it's on the way. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, if you're wanting more love, if you're wanting a reconnection in your relationship, I think that's a big thing that's occurring for people right now. It's just like a reconnecting. There's exes that are coming back into the field and a rekindling happening, or marriages that have kind of like been on for a while and now they're looking at how to rekindle back to when they first started. And so what I'm just sharing, and this is what I'm just seeing this as a trend with my clients in many areas. So but anyway, manifesting money. Everyone right now, like manifesting money, what's going to happen? We just had a huge, experience happen this week that's going to affect the global economy. So how do you begin to manifest out of desire? How do you begin to manifest out of what's going to bring you joy? How do you begin to manifest out of like what's going to bring you just the most fulfillment? And so anyway, I just wanted to share that story because it was just so, every morning I go on my walk and every morning I take a photo. If you guys watch my story of the city view, I should do the ocean view too, but I take over the city view, and it's like, I just always want to remember that I created this. Like I just always want to remember and never take it for granted, because I was so deeply like, will this ever happen for me? There was moments I never thought it would. There's moments that I never thought I would have a multiple six-figure business. There's moments that if you look at the podcast I was on with the Katrina Ruth show, she's amazing. She's made over 20 million in the online space, being on her podcast, the Rebel podcast. Like there's moments that I never thought I was going to be worthy of that. I never thought that I would have success for that, right? I posted a picture of me crying this week, right? And I would have thought, oh my God, who's going to pay me if I'm crying and being vulnerable? And, and I had brand new clients. I had brand new experiences. I'm in my PhD. I'm writing my dissertation. I'm going to be a doctor at the end of this year, like Dr. Colleen Gallagher. And I never would have thought that. Like, I never would have thought I'd been worthy of that. I never would have thought I would. I never thought. Like, I think people they see me now and they think that, like, oh my God, like, it's like the small things of being able to see the city and the water. It's the small things of being able to have the coffee that I like to have. It's like the small things of being able to have these sunglasses that are going to be live and knowing that I created these. Like I brought these into reality. It's my books. I mean, it's my paintings. It's like my nails. Like, I don't know. It's these things, right, that are guiding you to show you that you're in alignment. It's these small wins that are guiding you into the big wins. And if you can't see the small wins, if you can't see the small moments in your life of how God and the universe and you are closing the gap. You're closing the gap of where you were and where you want to be. You're closing the gap of having maybe negative money in your account, which I've had before, negative withdrawn balances, into, $10,000 in savings, $20,000 in savings, $30,000 in savings, $100,000 in savings, whatever that is. Or you're looking at I'm barely paying my bills. How am I going to be able to invest in a course that's going to get me money? Or I'm living paycheck to paycheck or something like this. Like, how am I going to get to the next step? Like, there has to be a point when you go, wow, you know what? I've said that I wanted a different life. And for me, that was it. I said I wanted to travel the world. I was like, God, do anything to help me travel the world. Like, do anything and I'll be so grateful. And he gave me a mentor, right? And this woman, I saw her 12 months before I ever gave her any money. It was on my way from Miami to New Zealand. And she was like, hey, I travel the world. I'm a multimillionaire. And da-da-da. And I watched her for a year. I watched her Facebook ads and her videos before I ever took any action. But then I became an instant $30,000 client, then a $10,000, $8,000. I mean, I think in total I was like a $60,000 client for her. But a year, I watched her for a year giving her no money. And then I became a massive client, right? But she had all this content. I mean, she'd been doing it, I don't know, for quite a few years already. I mean, she'd been a millionaire at like age 18 or something. By the time I met her, she was 28 or 29, my age now. So she'd been doing this for 10 years already, really. But what I'm just sharing and what I'm showing you is that the world is always manifesting for you. Like, you say you want something and you're not going to have the money. You're not going to have the relationship. It's not going to be perfect. Like, when you take that step, it's never going to be perfect. It's going to feel scary. It's going to be like, how am I going to make this work? It's going to feel unknown because where you're going, it can't be known. I never knew you. Like, I literally, until I went and I stayed, my friend, has a house, or she works for someone who has houses. And anyway, I stayed at this home and you could see this home that literally what was like the city and the ocean. I was like, oh my God, I don't have to choose. This whole time I thought I had to choose. I thought you couldn't have both. And I saw a different reality. And like, here's another example. So this is beautiful. So I have my new place, right? And one of my friends just got me these beautiful flowers. Let's see if you can see them. Beautiful flowers right there. Beautiful flowers. And so anyway, one of my friends, she got me those. And, she says, I almost got you something else. And then I saw these are the ones. And for those who know who I resonate with the Pleiades star system, which is violet. Violet is also the third eye, which is really more where I resonate or how I function. And so anyway, she goes, what's the name of these? And they say stock. And she's like, oh my God, these are the ones, because I just told her today before I really want to work. My intention now is I'm really great at sales creation. I want to work on money management. She's like, my friend's working on money management, so I'm going to get her stock. And you see how that's always manifesting. That was always manifesting. That was manifesting the moment I thought it, the moment I spoke it. And then that was already happening in the back for her to buy me flowers to bring them here. So the world is always working to conspire with you. Every single thought, whether you like it or not, is aligning you. And this is why I'm teaching my How to Become a Powerful Manifestor course. Because in this 8-week course, I'm teaching you how I began to live a life like this, where you are like in tears on a hike because you realize that God is putting something towards you. I am moved to my knees in a way of like just gratitude. I am moved to a place of knowing that even when I had no money, like even when I remember I was in Malta and I didn't know how I was going to get from Malta to London because I had like literally no money. I'm literally driving up. It's pouring rain. Cars are like being like, what's it called? Cars are being, getting flooded because the water is so high. I'm driving up this exit after I was the last car to be able to go up the exit. I'm like floating up the exit. And I get to the airport in time. I'm thinking, am I going to lose all my stuff? Like my laptop, my everything. Like, am I going to lose this? Right. And so I'm stressed out on this. I have to get to London. Once I get to London, I don't know how I'm going to pay for the Uber to the Airbnb, like all these things. I just had no idea how it was going to work out. I'm so serious. Like I just had zero idea. And so, from that, I was on the flight and I think I posted something about my How to Create Your Fairy Tale Life program or my How to Shift to the Limitless audio. I posted that, someone bought it, and that paid for my Uber. And then from that, basically, I had a client payment that was coming in that was already reoccurring because, right, I have reoccurring revenue coming in every month. So I have payment plans, and basically on those payment plans, you get reoccurring revenue. So it's an amazing experience and opportunity. So anyway, What I wanted to share, what I wanted to offer is that everything is always manifesting. And this is why I believe in the work of becoming a powerful manifester. This is why I am a powerful manifester. And this is why I hope to see you as a powerful manifester, because I know that this work works. It works all the time, daily, throughout my life, multiple times a day. I can't even go through how many times because it's insane. But that story I started out in the very beginning of this video when I was laying down last night and I'm like in this dream space and there's like this silver or clear latex bubble around me that's like pushing out on this water. I can't even call it water because it wasn't wet. It was like this just clear gel. It was like a gel, not a water. And then this bubble was expanding with me in it. I realized that I was expanding the capacity of what I have to hold. It's like this gel was moving outward and my bubble was becoming bigger because my expansion, my ability to hold more, my ability to hold greatness, my ability to capture more people, my ability to feel more people was expanding. And it's like I was in this space last night of this dream happening, and then I woke up and I had like someone asking to pay me $12,000. Like, I don't even have the invoice ready. Like, I don't even have the thing. And they said, like, can I pay? Like, it was like, oh my God. And so it was like this thing of you're always manifesting, of this thing of you're always trusting. And last night I did a video that I posted on here this morning where I talked about how this week I felt not as productive because I had like this stuff with my body and I needed to really listen to it. But look, like that paid off today. Like in less than 24 hours, like from that video last night, having this lucid dreaming kind of experience and consciousness, going into other realms, other dimensions, and that happened this morning. So it's like this it's this manifestation, it's this listening, it's always happening for you. And so anyway, I just wanted to come on and share that because I just had some deep thoughts about that. And I'm just really excited because I feel like there's something really big on the cuff that's coming and that's dropping in through me. And I'm excited to be here as a witness to each of you. I'm excited to deeply connect with each of you. I'm excited to see your relationships, your money, your traveling the world, your impact, your mission, your reason for existing come to life, because you are worthy of that, because you deserve that, because you are a alien and light worker who has risen your hand knowing that you're meant for more. And I promise you, the journey to self-love, the journey to trusting, the journey to believing in yourself over what this world has told you is your greatest compass. Oh, I love that. He's amazing. Yeah, he goes live every morning at 8 a.m. He's very consistent, David Meltzer is. So anyway, so I love you, and I definitely recommend listening to that live from yesterday. Let me know how this went for you, and also please enroll in the How to Become a Powerful Manifestor course. If you're here, I know it's for you. If you're listening to this, it will absolutely be a transformation. I know my courses, I don't give this prolonged, here's what each week is about, here's the times, here's whatever, because I really feel like you know when you know. Like, I knew my PhD was for me. I knew my business was for me. I knew my books were for me. Like, I'm not here to be like a cookie cutter. This is what it is, and then you decide. Like, you actually say yes and the universe follows. You say yes to the place and then the magic comes. Otherwise, when you do that, the mind will always find a reason. Well, I already know that. I've already done that. I've already da-da-da. And your mind will protect your soul from really birthing through you. And so if you feel a resonance, you feel the story that I'm sharing through you, I definitely would highly recommend clicking the link in my bio, reaching out to me saying manifest, and, getting in. We have amazing payment plans that are incredible. And our first call is going to be on Wednesday. So as soon as you enroll, you get access to module 1 and the welcome audio, and I have homework on the welcome audio, so you can start right away, where you can message me right back after you do the homework. But it's profound, it's deep, it's meaningful, and so I love you and I just honor you.